Day 9 of Detroit Lions training camp is in the books, and while we can tend to be overly excited because it's just training camp, I think we have the right to be excited, seeing as how we ended last season. And the Lions have improved their defense and also brought back some fan favorites with Marvin Jones and drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. So the team is a lot different from last year and even when the season ended. So I think we have the right to be excited. But here is the Day 9 observations from Pride of Detroit. Again, their information will be sourced in the description. Jamo responds. After Monday saw Jameson Williams record several drops, he was quick to rebound on Wednesday, making multiple catches throughout the day. Williams' biggest catch came on a deep ball where he drew Cameron Sutton in coverage and beat him off the snap and flew by him, unleashing his speed. Jared Goff saw Williams uncover and unleashed a deep ball roughly 50-plus yards downfield where the receiver dove to secure the catch inside the 5-yard line. Williams had created so much separation from Sutton and the safety, who was still trying to close, that he basically rolled into the end zone for a touchdown. But Williams had an electric day overall. He also caught a 20-yard pass down the seam, secured a 10-yard out, a quick pass in the flat that he turned into yak, and more. It was a good day from the second-year wide receiver. It was as good as a day from the second-year receiver that we have seen since his arrival in Detroit. Well, again, this is just practice. We talking about practice. This is just practice. But we've seen flashes of Jameson Williams. You all were the most excited fan base that I've ever seen. Remember, I made a reaction video about drafting Jameson Williams over the defense, and the entire internet wanted to rip me up because they said I was overreacting. You were the same ones that were ecstatic about the fact that we drafted Jameson Williams. So we got to give him a chance. I can't wait to see if they put this play online, because there's a part in here that when I saw it, I was like, well, if they show this, this will be a great opportunity to talk about the deep ball from Jared Goff. Right here, it says that Jared Goff unleashed a deep ball where the receiver dove to secure the catch. Now, you guys say that Jared Goff can't throw the deep ball, and if Jameson Williams had to dive, that means that Jared Goff overthrew him, right? That's what that means, which is a rare feat for a guy with Jameson Williams' speed. So it would be good if the Detroit Lions put that play. I feel like we're going to see it a little later today, so expect the video on that to come later. But Jameson Williams had a rebound day, and we got to give this kid time. That's just it. We have to give him time, I think. But that's the fan base, though, man. We're super finicky, super duper finicky when it comes to our team. That's just how we are. But the defense overall has gotten better, and we drafted Brian Branch in the second round. He's got a chip on his shoulder, still feeling some type of way. We saw that in last week's Inside the Den. And while he's not expected to start right now, he could wind up starting by the time the season gets here. But Aaron Glenn had something to say when it came to looking into who Branch is taking the reps with, what team. Well, here's the thing that's funny to me. Glenn elaborated. We hear all the writings that's going on about guys getting reps with the ones. And just like you said, Branch getting rep with the ones. Listen, guys, we're going to play guys in different packages. We're going to play guys with the ones. We're going to play guys with the twos, because you don't want guys going against the same guys every time. All right. So don't get caught up in where guys are at. That's been my philosophy for the longest. I learned that from Bill Parcells back in the day, and we're going to continue to do that. So what he's trying to do is say, hey, listen, don't make this something that is not. We trying to switch up the looks so that you're not going in, keeping the competition fresh, not knowing your opponent. If you keep going against the ones, then you're going to know the ones. If you keep going against the twos, you're going to know. You guys get the point. Seems like Jameson Williams is going against Cam Sutton quite a bit. So Cam Sutton is going to be our number one corner. How much do you believe Aaron Glenn to not telling us not to get? You think that's coach talk, or you think that's something else? Me, personally, I think it's both. I think it's like 30% coach talk and 70% that Branch could enter the starting lineup. That is why he's trying to, kind of throw you off the scent a little bit. He's saying everything he needs to say, but also there is some truth. If a guy has earned his right to rep with the ones, then that's where he's going to be when the season begins. But we got to get through the preseason, and we got to see all that stuff. So we have some time, but I fully expect him to be pushing for that starting lineup. He's got some competition, but if anybody can get there, it's definitely BB. So that's quite entertaining. Now, for the last thing we'll cover today is a situational drill. The Lions had a couple of them. We'll just go over one in this video here. Again, Pride of Detroit's information is going to be sourced in the description. It says situational drills. The Lions had 2 situational drills to close out practice and gave each of their top 2 units a chance to complete them. We're just going to go over the one right here. In the first situation, the offense started at their own 44-yard line with 6 seconds on the clock and 1 timeout. The goal was to get into field goal range. Goff was able to find St. Brown over the middle for a 17-yard gain, setting up a 57-yard field goal attempt by Riley Patterson. Despite kicking for distance not being his perceived strong suit, Patterson's kick easily made it through and was right down the middle. Think Patterson feeling some type of way too, because he's been told, I'm sure he's been hearing all preseason long, training camp OTAs. And since we acquired him a couple months ago, that he has the weaker leg, but he's more accurate, right? That John Parker Romo has the advantage over Riley Patterson. Riley Patterson, a 57-yarder right down the middle. Now, again, there's probably no rush. Maybe there was, since this was a situational drill. And that's big of Riley Patterson. I was very high on Riley when we cut him. I was very upset because he was consistent for us, and he wound up going to the playoffs with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So this kicking competition will be solid. It's going to be unique to say the least. I expect one of them to whoever doesn't win the job to be on the practice squad, possibly. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Jameson Williams, big day. Aaron Glenn and his smokescreen comments. And who do you think right now, who would you like to see win the kicking competition for the Detroit Lions? You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry about the QR code over here. Any smaller than that, it won't let you scan it. I know it might be a little bit distracting, but you can just deal with it for another couple of weeks, okay, until we sell out. If we sell out, then it'll disappear. But that's the smallest that I can make it, and you still be able to scan it. So I'm sorry about that. I know it's kind of like, hey, in your face, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. And as always, go Lions.